Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just want to have this as a generic civil justice sign off. Whatever I want for the civil justice, for I am displaying the USA government errors, public sector errors, private sector errors, and how USA government operations got destroyed, and for displaying the Absolute-Monarchs scandal. I, Vethapriya PROSE, wanted these civil justice to be provided to me. Okay, so I'll just read the sign off so that it will be in all these other sessions. Okay, so for I, Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA is Tamil Nadu, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served. And for I, Vethapriya PROSE, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of Absolute-Monarchs to USA government. I, Vethapriya PROSE, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya PROSE, want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name, Vethapriya, is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations, now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Supreme Chief Children Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organizations, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, should get dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And thank you all for your time. Take care, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Thank you all for your time. Bye for now. USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans. I hope we are all on the same page that I'm providing very crucial, very important civil justice sign off for myself, and it's a multitasking is the wisdom. And yes, my dear fellow mankind, this session is all about the gift cards, right? So can you see how the crime is exponentially increasing? As if one swipe of the credit card scam or the debit card scam, and then the Master's card and the Visa card and the EMV chip and the coin starts, crimes is not enough. They even provided this gift card scandal, right? And there is no expiration date for it. Okay, that is one good thing, at least they decided on that part for the civilians to use the gift card. But then, how this tax fraud is injected in that services also. It's a deadliest crime, my dear fellow mankind. I am the life proof, right? That $4,500, I got it as a gift card only, right? With that robocall mandate processing, the life cycle. And just like that, within minutes, it's gone. So when the retails were very keen in providing the gift card, they never provided any preventative measures, isn't it? Now you all got it. I got Walmart gift card and Google gift card, Google Play. I think I also got Apple, I'm not sure though. So can you see why the retails and the software world and the telecom sectors and all of them threw acid on me? Now you'll get it, right? And until this process was provided to me, I would not even figure it out. Right. For me, gift card is just gift card, and I've never, spent that much in gift card in my entire life. Right. Gift cards I've used only during, very rarely only use. I usually get the things and I identify what the people known to me likes, and I get that gift with according to my budget. Right. Very rarely only I get gift. But then, I already said, I've never, I don't know anything about that Google products, right? So that was the first time I got even Google Play gift cards also. Even I think Apple gift cards. So how that fear, how that robo cycle works, right? It puts your brain in the freezing mode, right? When you are put into that much of fear like that, threatened mode like that. And it was happening only inside the nose of the Walmart facility only. Got it? Everybody knows, the justice teams knows that. They never bother. They said, I have to get a lawyer. Then when they knew that I do not have a finance to pay for the law fees, they never bothered to help me when they should have, isn't it? That is why justice are there. I address these immediately to the car. No help, no. When I was undergoing through a lot of other pain and agony in my personal side, this robocall torture, emotional torture and emotional trauma, and losing that much of money, that $4,500 all of a sudden, abruptly, when I was in financial crisis, right? Too much of pain. Why? Why nobody knew what is humanity? And that moment, when I went back home, I cried. God knows that emotional trauma, the torture I underwent through. Nobody helped, right? Should not say about this to anybody, means my brain was in what mode? You should have known. I should have died that time because I'm diabetic and sugar level increased one side. Then I have to figure out, okay, relax, take it easy. Mode. Right? At least if I had a job or some finance in hand, then that would have, even then it would not have. Because this 4,500, if I would have spent for a cancer therapy patient, or if I would have donated to for a good cause, then my brain would not even, it would have been okay, right? But then this, I lost it through with the injustice and no help, and financial services, software services, they do not have any medical finance compensation claims service processes for these victims of abuse. Means imagine how mean these retails are. We all do grocery in those retails only. So at least they should have sat side by side with President Trump or President Joe Biden or Mitch McConnell or Schumer or Nancy Pelosi and must have educated. The retails need to provide the medical finance compensation for the victims of abuse, dear government. Please sign off the bill. They never did that, right? The Walmart, the Amazon, they all get to pay with the luxury whenever these kind of a crime, the tax fraud is provided. And my brain was, when I was crying, my brain was not working, isn't it? Freeze mode. How did I lose it? Why did I lose it? It just came right after that presidential elect. So that was, I was just, then the brain was done. I prayed to God, why God, why? Why am I even in this foreign land and I have to undergo all this torture? Right? Then I self-motivated myself. My brain never stopped there. My brain wanted to figure out who, why, when, who is the true creator of that robocall. I figured it out. It took what, 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, that's all. I did a homework. I did a homework. And I figured it out. Everything, I cracked it down. That's when I realized it is the United States of American government got jealous of my wisdom. Worldwide, they wanted me to be their leaders. Worldwide wanted me to be their Supreme Court judge leader. Even USA wanted that. It's just that when I was teaching in the Facebook for the volunteer project, Poverty Free Earth, end of the year 2030 volunteer, it's a silent teaching, isn't it? Here now at least I'm talking, so people can immediately relate me and sign me off job offer immediate, isn't it? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, I cracked down every single thing. So I told, I don't know how the gift card works, I don't know how Coinstar I've never used. I don't know whether you all have used, I've never used Coinstar. So that means I sat down in one spot and I did the homework and I figured out why. So first step was, I went and looked into that voicemail and looked how many missed calls. That's when I realized, oh my gosh, it's not one day thing. It is year-long. Since spring of 2017 itself, they started to track me down. Be it Apple, Apple came with customer service support, and Microsoft also the same. Google with this Google Play gift card. Everybody tracked me down. And finally, the checkpoint was right before that Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation of that job. President provided that president alert. They want to make a show. So they said there is going to be an alert from the president, just ignore it, population. They said that and they provided it. And that's what even I will think, right? Then it is right after that, only I got this robocall. And that robocall, when I was tracing, it all started with US Cellular. When US Cellular, I think the headquarters is in Chicago. How on there they have to start with Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., just as the people were all talking, that's how that robocall entire thing came. First was the voicemail, then I replied to the voicemail, and that's when they took me in. I got fallen trap. The moment I replied to that voicemail, I got fallen in trap. Right? So then I realized, I worked down, when I was working on, I traced down that Brett Kavanaugh was a judge in that one of the Washington, D.C. District Court judges. So everything in the place, isn't it? So President Trump with the FBI director wanted to track me down, he tracked me down. And Mitch McConnell and Brett Kavanaugh wanted to steal my job. They are the fools, they are the prostitutes, right? The Mitch McConnell wanted the nation to be destroyed, nothing to destroy. His brain is working in the 19th century, the Holocaust, the Hitler era only, his brain. Generation gap. It's a disability, right? His brain cannot understand what wisdom I was teaching. When fools cannot understand what I was teaching, they all threw only acid on my face. And I've never begged. Hey, Mitch McConnell, see, I never did anything to you. Please do not throw acid on me. No, I never begged it, right? Even if I begged, Mitch McConnell do not have any birthright to throw acid on me and create scars on me and enforce poverty on me.
Right. Brett Kavanaugh is a prostitute. Prostitute once, prostitute twice, prostitute forever. Right. When he's walking on the road, he will be seen only as prostitute. He's a prostitute. Right. Brett Kavanaugh is a prostitute. Amy Barrett is a prostitute. The human eyes do not see those. Right. They see different. The white skin, the sweet talks they talk. Right. They fall in trap. They fall in trap. Entire Supreme Court judge by judge, the one lady who died, everybody are prostitutes. But population were worshipping the Supreme Court judges one by one as gods, right? For whatever garbage they've been throwing on the population, they've been worshipped only as gods. That's wrong. A nation providing injustice is what? Disqualified to be nation. At this moment, USA is disqualified to be nation and already said it's only in handcuffed mode. USA is in handcuffed mode. It's not joke. It's never a joke. President Joe Biden can provide all kind of a scam and see like this, like that, and he can keep on going. No. And all along, I'm displaying President Trump is innocent. So that means even in that presidential alert and everything, he must have been fooled by this selfish government, the Republican government, and made him to fall in trap. I said what? In the positive, no. He would have tracked me down to provide that job to me. But then the government, how it operates, it makes the presidents as puppets. They can get the highest salary, they can get the title, the fancy title of President of the United States of America, but they are super puppets. When they are going to say anything, the Republican, the Democrat, the House of Rep, they have to jump in and they have to say no for everything. They have to throw the roadblocks. That's how they can prove themselves. Oh, see, we are also God here. It's not only always President Trump like that. But God is God always, isn't it? Now, beyond that, providing that robocall part of it, what if I got the Supreme Judge job? From my end, I would have provided all the healthy processing in this past 3 years at least, right? They never wanted that. Mitch McConnell wanted, he's a super cunning in entire government offices, right? He talks as if he's the only God, jumped right from the heaven, but he's a prostitute, right? He never wanted people of United States of America to live free. There's another Senate called Lindsey Graham, right? They're all prostitutes. If you see, they're all men only, right? Lindsey Graham, Mitt Romney, John McCain, Bernie Sanders. They're not caregivers, no. They're proving, isn't it? They're proving. So I cracked it down, my dear fellow mankind. So today it's God's name to be glorified because one side I'm proving the true criminals, who are the true criminals, one side, and multitasking, I'm educating the population one more time. And I have to provide this kind of a testimony so that people will relate me, right? Oh yeah, this person, this lady, the Vethapriya, yeah. And even when I became the victims of abuse, I again stood up and educated and warned the population. Do not, when you're getting these kind of calls, do not reply to the call. That will save you a lot of energy. You will not fall in trap. Please do not do that. Then I displayed it is always the United States of American Republican and Democrat government. They hire these robocall service providers and exploit their poverty. And once when they provide this robocall services, they get paid, and then USA government covers for them and they'll be gone. So there is an innocence there. But who is that black sheep? Who is the true villain behind this robocall poverty mandate? Crime. I cracked it down, right? US cellular. Then voice interface protocol, right? You all got it nowadays. We don't even have to have a landline. How many people do not have landlines, right? When you have that internet created telephone, it's free. It's free, right? So that's his crime around that side also. I cracked one by one. I looked up on the telephone numbers which came, all was directing to the Republican government. Then right before that robocall thing got done, then you all know, without my consent, a credit card was created on my name. That's why the US bank, that local branch, got shut down. Amazon is also involved in that, right? Because I was having roughly few hundred or $200 only in my bank account, and I wanted to have finance, right, to pay the bills, to pay the thing, and too much of torture I was undergoing through, and I did not wanted this to happen. It happened anyways. For me, I wanted a job, right? What would you all have done? It is God gave me the strength to handle it, isn't it? Otherwise, I should have been gone that day itself, right? Because it was too much of emotional pain. 1, I was handling emotional pain. 2, I was handling emotional pain. 3, I was handling emotional pain. 4, I was handling. I'm average, I'm not measured, right? How much of scars and acids can I take it in? Can you all see how it is the educated population put me to that edge to run away from the human kingdom? People will only mock, right? When I restrain from talking to the people will mock, right? Oh, this lady do not have any social skills. But people who have known me knows how I used to laugh out loud, how I used to provide a family gathering, the host and the cook, like that. But when these kind of things happen, it is too much of a pain, isn't it? Okay, let me restrain from talking to all these poisonous humans. Women became double evil, right? Double evil, super prostitutes, right? That is saying, I already said, right? Whenever the civilians yield to sexual immorality, their eyes are going to be blinded. So, what would you all have done, my dear fellow mankind? What would you all have done? It's too much of pain for me to handle it, right? But I'm still able to. But all along, I realize it is God who created me from the dust, was taking care of me, even as of this moment, right? I cracked down the puzzle. Then I realized, oh, Brett Kavanaugh wanted to steal the rightful job belonged to me. Then how on the earth can he be even a judge, right? Brett Kavanaugh, in his entire law, he had a lot of time to ban the alcohol, right? Ban the tobacco. He never did that. We all saw, I provided with the proof, I nailed it, right? The 18th Amendment and the 21st Amendment says, do not sell alcohol in any form, or do not export alcohol to any other nations. Do not bring alcohol from other nations to the United States of America. It's clearly written. So can you see Brett Kavanaugh is an alcoholic, and that's why he must not have provided the banning, and Amy Barrett, because it's known, right? The Lindsey Graham, Mitt Romney, they all drink alcohol. So they are all prostitutes. They all talk sweetest talk only. Whenever they are got to talk through the news media, they talk only sweetest talks. The honey will be bitterest, isn't it? I cracked it down. Department of Justice could not help me. Today, Department of Justice, entire Department of Justice organization, state by state, be it federal justice groups or be it state, local district justice organizations, one by one, count by count, all must be in the jail only. The cops and they can be outside because they are innocent. When their job is only to grab all the colored people and throw on the jail, that's all their job is, that's all. They have to falsely prosecute people and then throw them on the jail, that is all their job. So there's a lot of innocence among the cops population, so they are allowed to live free. But Department of Justice, I just chopped the head of each and every Department Justice organizations, right? There is no excuse. And you all know in state of Wisconsin that Supreme Court judge organizations in the state of Wisconsin, all women, they got elected to be women. It was all because of my wisdom education only, and they are all proved they are all prostitutes, right? They are all prostitutes. Whenever a nation signs injustice, boom, that nation becomes disqualified to be a nation. Do you all even know that? So that means it is not even curse. It's just that the USA cannot even provide excuse or apologize. There is no time for that. The crime is crime. The moment the United States of America signed an injustice and punished an innocent, the entire Department of Justice organizations, count by count, must be sealed and shut down for indefinitely, forever. It is a live proof that Harvard Law School must be sealed and shut down, Harvard Medical School must be sealed and shut down, right? What would you have done? So this session is all about the gift card. So gift card as such is a healthy processing. It was created for a good intention, right? But then how whatever humans wanted to create for a healthy processing, how this evil, the prostitute Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis and the Roman Province Justice Organization, they injected toxins and injected tax and injected tax fraud crime. It's a deadliest crime. It's deadliest crime, right? We all never knew. You all never knew. This gift card is always, it is always on the very urgent mode only. People will get the gift card. Most of the time people will try to get whatever people like, and then they figure out a budget, they save the money, and then they get the things that the people like. It can be any item, right? I already said even the gifting processing also got abused, exploited, right? The gift during the Christmas time, it's $1 billion, trillion revenue. So by exploiting the gifting process also, they made a mockery out of the true gift. What is a true gift? I already educated, right? True gift is what? True love. It's a free gift. It's priceless, right? Wises only know why true gift is free and yet priceless. It is the costliest love in the whole entire planet Earth. No other love can be compared to the true love. That is why true love stands outside of the crowd. So Lindsey Graham is a prostitute, never married his true love. That is why they are providing all this crap, right? Garbage. Mitt Romney, he's having a lot of children, but he never married his true love. Prostitute. Right? It's the same thing for President Trump, same thing for President Joe Biden, same thing for President Obama, everybody. Same thing for President Jimmy Carter. They are all prostitutes, right? They're all prostitutes. Bernie Sanders, Amy, Elizabeth Warren, all the ladies, Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, they're all ladies only, but sadly, they never got married to their true love. All fallen in trap. I already said they're all victims of abuse mode only. So they became helpless mode, right? I said not even one marriage is healthy. So nobody can mock nobody. Nobody can mock nobody. Even though that lady, the wife, what's her name? Oh my, I'm not getting it. Melania? Something that starts with M, right? That wife of President Trump. She never married a true love, right? The name that starts with M, I think. Melania or something like that. But I'm aware she's from Slovenia, a model as a profession. So, can you all understand the real, the root cause of how all this chaos has been created by only directly tracing to Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II, the prostitutes? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, this gift card tax fraud is deadliest crime. Nobody knew. And even this gift card, also it's a very youngest public services, right? In the entire retail product, line of business product. Probably a couple of years maybe, right? It's not very old, I would say. But then, they never provided healthy processing, I'm talking about, right? Healthy processing. Healthy processing. So this itself is a live proof that how the software line of code is errored. The design is poor design, isn't it? And the software world is aware of it. That whatever product they created, it's created out of poorest design. And that is a live proof that always an excellent designer will easily say this design is poorest. Right? And they all knew that I am an excellent designer because I educated that. Yes, I love designing. I'm expertise in providing excellent design solutions. I already said, right? Even for the landscaping, even for the gardening, even for the nursery, I like to design. If this plant should go here, it look good like that more. Right? I enjoy the designing process. So, but then, how I'm providing a testimony also, right? How I handled it all alone, without any help, no help only. But all along, if you see, I've been living only among the humans in the human kingdom, and that itself is a proof that there is no or never humans here. United States of America, you all have to digest the truth. United States of America do not have humans yet. I know. There are 300 millions of humans, that's what the United States of America says. No, sorry. The United States of America do not have any humans yet, and the year is already 2021. All fools. So it is USA must pay me the tax of $1 billion every second, every day, forever. Right? Because can you all see why I am being pushed to edge to run or just run away from the humans? It is because it is the humans who have been creating all the hell for me. And top of it, the career destruction, right? It is Pope alone who has been creating all the hell for me in my entire life. And I sure must get the civil justice for all the damages done by this prostitute absolute monarchs. And the cost for that is $1,500,000 trillion. Let USA go crazy and die. Right. That means with this civil justice sign-off, USA will immediately provide gift card preventative measures and also will provide how to provide a finance killing processing. Right? This crime is going worldwide. How many retired people lost their money in 1 second in this kind of a scam? That's gone, it's gone. But that should be a claims, right? That's what they say, FDIC. FDIC insured being means they are saying we will provide that protection. And top of it, we people are paying tax. When we people are paying tax, then there should never be any robocall poverty at the first place. There should never be any phishing. There should never be any credit card scammers. There should never be any cyber attack. There should never be any data breach. There should never be any whatever those comes under the scandal, right? But why it is still there? Even after when we are paying tax, because they make tax revenue out of that scam. Got it? So I proved it. I nailed it. And Queen, they have to say, end of the day, it is almost like they have to provide a status report breaking down. See, Queen Elizabeth, dear Queen Elizabeth, yeah, we got this $1 trillion revenue out of the gift card tax fraud crime. Eat it. And we got $1 trillion worth of dollars from only Coinstar cash in the debit card or whatever the gift card program, the $1 trillion tax fraud. Eat it. And we got $1 trillion of revenue from the credit card swipe and hidden fees that we provide and the highest interest we provide. Eat it. We also provide 3 types of tax, sales tax once, then state tax once, then the federal tax once. Eat it. How many dollars can she even eat? And she is still digesting and she's still living, right? 95 years passed. That many long years she's been eating dollars. And it's not only 100 years old. I already said this tax fraud crime is going on forever. She is one of that bloodline, that's all, right? And if you see to confuse, they all will have the names. Mary, Queen Elizabeth Mary once, Queen Elizabeth Mary Junior twice, Queen Elizabeth Mary thrice, like that. So people will get confused, right? People will get confused. There was one lady called Victoria. Right? So the bloodline, everybody knows. But they are never royals. They just stole everything. They went to all the nations and they enslaved all the nations. And they themselves, if we all see all these only in the movies, in the war movies or the King's Era movies or in an animated movie like that, right? But it is a real time that's happening. Whatever, these crime providers, they live out of sadistic happiness. Do you all know what is sadistic happiness? It is almost like the foolish people, they will pierce in the wounded heart. Already a wounded heart with a pus will be there. And they will pierce the hot iron rod in that wounded heart, and they will enjoy that suffering of the pain and agony of the civilians. Brett Kavanaugh proved it, isn't it? Mitch McConnell proved it, that they are all sadistic mental disorder patients, isn't it? Right? Don't you all think so? They all must be going to the mental evaluation processing, right? The Department of Justice who signed injustice, they all must be going to the mental evaluation after all. They are all sadistic patients. They are all prostitutes, right? And I can say all the prostitutes, please get out of the earth for the destroyed earth means I can ask the Department of Justice who signed injustice to me to just get out of the earth now. No, do not provide me any excuse. Just get out. Because you're all prostitutes. They all never married their true love. I educated them as well. I already said, right? I stand up and I educate, correct is correct, wrong is wrong. And people will either love me or people will either hate me. It's not in between. 50% love, 50% hate, no. So, at the cost of hate, a civilian should stand up and say, correct is correct, wrong is wrong, right? I stand up on the same ground. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. Can you all see the prostitution is always all about the fooling? So when this Department of Justice provided the fooling process, they provided the prostitution. When they are the prostitution, when they sign, the injustice becomes invalid, right? Disqualified. And state of Wisconsin must pay me $500 billion once. Department of Health Services must pay me $500 billion once, right? I nailed it. I nailed it on the crime. They all must be shedding tears of shame, isn't it? And they are left to die with that stress. I don't know whether those people are still living or not. But with that stress alone, they would die. They got that curse, no matter what, right? This is what will happen when people sign off injustice for innocent and they punish innocent. And you all got it. I never knew this COVID-19 scam will be created. I never knew. Did you all knew? No, right? But when they signed injustice, I cried and prayed to God. Why, God? What did I do? Why? I only lifted Holy Bible. And I asked Department of Justice to sign justice, civil justice to me. Why, God? Why? But then, this COVID-19 came, that why God me, provided an answer in it, isn't it? I am a God's child, it's a supernatural power. Worldwide shutdown, right? Worldwide, the church facilities shut down. The church pastors are the prostitutes, super prostitutes, right? They all got shut down. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. I was only praying to God. Why, God? Why, God, why you made me to come into this earth and to mandate me to live among these foolish people? At the first place, if I was not welcome, then I wouldn't have gone through all this kind of crap, isn't it? And for whatever damage the Department of Justice did to me, those are all 5 people, right? I want $5 billion. State of Wisconsin should write check, write a medical finance billing to and give it to me. And I can ask, all those 5 people to live free. I already provided that solution also. I, in fact, only asked State of Wisconsin during the justice, they all must pay $1 billion to these foolish people, right? They're prostitutes, right? They must get healed too. They're patients, after all. They are the ones who must be into the correctional facility and get the brain worked correctly because they signed injustice. The saddest thing is, I already said, right, the judge don't know what is a judge job. And people are just getting elected. The lawyers don't know what their job. They just be lawyers. And they will not even say a word because since August of 2019 up until December of 2019, patiently, as a teacher, I was educating them. I cracked down all the errors and I displayed why all these public sectors are wrong. They were super shocked at my wisdom. They just will not say a word. Why? Because I was working on to prevent that from them signing the civil injustice to me. They never got it. They thought there is no God. They can still sign injustice and they can get away with it. But it's not, right? COVID-19 worldwide. They got freaked out now. They are the ones who must be freaked out now. Got it? Not even Wuhan, China. It is these Department of Justice who signed the injustice to me must be the freaked out more. Why? Worldwide population are boiling with this COVID-19 scandal that was thrown at them, isn't it? And today, everybody knows it is a Department of Justice of State of Wisconsin that signed injustice to me. That alone mandated the Department of Health Services to create the COVID-19. And that traces to prove Dr. Fauci, Dr. Brinks provided the scam. And I want $2 trillion. USA should write the medical finance compensation for the damages that Dr. Fauci provided to me. If my peers love the mask, it is their choice. Right? If my peers love the vaccination, it is their choice. For me, when there is not even a play, why even there be a need to wear the mask and where to have the vaccination? Are they humans? Are they humans? Don't you all think at this point of time how animals are indeed innocent and lovable? Even then, lovable than humans, right? Why pet animal, among the pet animals, why pet animal dog is always a best friend for humans? And always there is a true love provided by only the true friend. It's a known worldwide, it's a wisdom, right? Why it is that selfish humans pushing the fellow mankind to the edge that they want to run away from the human kingdom? Why? And then they are also getting to mock that, right? But then, today I'm providing a testimony. And I was providing a testimony and education that time when I was working in Poverty Free Earth end of the year 2030 volunteer project only. Right. So this, me getting to that YouTube TV channel is also a story. I already explained how I ended up in that TV channel, right? Yes, my dear fellow mankind. God is always God all the time. And how I was able to handle it. When no help thrown on the oceans, I have to swim, isn't it? And I don't know swim. I want to learn swim. But I do not have enough finance to get the train, right? But then, it is all along, I could sense it and realize it that it was God who created me, protected me with the firewall and taking care of me. Nothing happened to me, right? I'm still living. Yes, people threw acid on me. Yes, people created scars on me. Yes, people provided false prosecution on me, right? When they're throwing acid, when they're throwing scars, it's all false prosecution, isn't it? They were throwing nails and crucifying me in versions, isn't it? And all along, with my wisdom education, I was only saying, stop, just do not provide that kind of a scar on my face, please, right? Nobody listened to it because my wisdom talk was out of the box. They were thinking, am I talking the real thing or what is it? What is she? Like that, the average people could not even Understand. So, how many education I provided in the poverty-free at the end of the year 2030 World Project, people, and then Facebook threw acid on me, right? What would I have done? It's hurting, right? It's just super hurting for me. Why, God? Why? Why these foolish people just cannot understand? But then, as a true civil doctor, I know the moment when people yield to sexual immorality, the eyes will be blinded forever. Forever. That's a proof, right? It's a proof. I'm proving it, right? So Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Amy, and the Mitt Romney, and the Lindsey Graham, and the John McCain, and whatever you name, all the Senate, they all yielded to sexual immorality, right? Their eyes got blinded. They are all wealthiest people. They don't even have to worry about the monthly payment. They all got their free housing, free vehicle, everything paid off by the government. That is why they wanted to get into that government job. It's always about the grabbing the power and misusing the power part of it. Never about taking care of the population. They are never caregivers. So women in the government also not caregivers proved. And men in the government also not caregivers proved. Right? Well, it is because when they yield to sexual immorality, this is what will happen. It's a live proof here. This is a behavioral pattern. It's a behavioral pattern. So President Joe Biden, I don't know what is he going to say, right? He's at fault. Can you all see he's at fault? How many minutes he had or a year's time he had that he could have provided a healthy processing for gift card for preventative measures of tax fraud. So the people are soaked and marinated, their brains have been marinated and with the toxins provided by Pope Francis that each and every single services there must be tax. That is crime. Tax is a crime and tax fraud is a crime. And sales tax is a crime, state tax is a crime, federal tax is a crime. Then whenever they are using the swiping the cards, they are providing hidden fees, that's all crime, 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 crime. We population never knew, right? We population never knew. The gift card comes into the more into when there are festival seasons or any special occasions, right? People there again go budget. And then when it comes to the Christmas mode, people are pressurized mode, right? Whether they like it or not, they have to pay, they have to make it a show. See, I paid a gift. See, I provided a gift like that, and it became a mockery. Right? Yes, under the Christmas tree, if there are a lot of gifts, it looks so good, right? Yes, everybody loves gifts. I love gifts. I'm not denying that I do not love gifts or I hate gifts. No, I love gifts. It's okay if my peers mocks at me. I love gifts. But what I'm educating is all about how that entire holy gift processing became exploited and abused and made it to be a tax process after all. And it became like more like a, insulting more. Oh, you provided me gift? Okay, I will provide you gift. Oh, you provided me $10 gift? I will provide you $15 gift. Oh, you provided me $15 gift? I will only pay only $1 gift. So it became like more on a emotional play, emotional manipulation play that was also injected, right? So I know what is the highest level of the gift, true love. There is nothing compared to the true love. A wisest alone knows a true love is the gift, is enough, is enough, is enough for a true woman, is enough for a true man. And it says it all. It sums it up all. Why? That all alone says it all and enough for all. Nothing can be compared to the true love. Nothing. Because all other love types, you name it, all born out of the true love only. So that is why true love is the highest level of the love. It's priceless. People long to get the true love. And it's always created by God. That is the first attribute. No influence whatever, and it is created by God. That is a telltale sign of a true love. Without any influence, only the true love feeling must come for a man or a woman. It is a process. Just like that, people will not get that love feeling, isn't it? But then, people have to provide these lot of influences through that movies, through that love songs, right? Through that stories, through that novels. Though there is a little bit of innocence and good intentions, because bottom line, nations, they wanted people to love and get married in love, right? But then there also they provided a lot of filth in it. I already educated, right? They provided illusion. Whatever is not there in the true love, they provide that only as a true love to make an illusion to the population. How many human population got fooled out of it, right? A true love is always true love. It's evergreen. Oh, it is heaven. It is absolute heaven. People should love. A man, a true man, should love a woman to be in heaven. A true woman should love a man to be in heaven. That is how God created all the human beings to be created and to live in heaven. Right? But then, how all these toxins in the form of tax gave birth. And the moment the tax gave birth to the human kingdom, everything got destroyed. This gift card tax fraud is just only one part of the crime. Right? Yes, we are still working on the 10% of the tax fraud crime. Right? This is how the program logic works. Can you get it? I started with how they were only creating robocall to me, and then it went and looked into that and displayed COVID-19, and then again it started with the robocall creation part of it, and then now robocall is a tax fraud after all process, right? So I'm displaying all the proof. And for whatever the robocall poverty mandate provided, I want all the people who threw acid on me to pay me $5,000. And Citibank must pay off my debt in full. And Pope Francis must pay $1 billion. It's as simple as that. Pope Francis has to write in the check, it is Pope Francis, the Jesuit leader, created robocall poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya, PROSE, the innocent lady, and that is why Pope Francis is signing off $1 billion check. Direct deposit to my bank. It should be written in that check for me. Right? Then, then you all know Pope Francis will not be even there because he'll be fried in ashes. Then we all can live free. Right? It is because of Pope Francis only all these crimes are there, right? So that is why I chopped the head of Pope Francis. And today, everybody is witnessing, yeah, it is the Pope Francis who's creating all this hell. It goes without saying, right? All the national leaders are witnessing it is Pope Francis who created all this tax fraud crime. And I must become the supreme judge for all nations, right? Not only USA, for all nations, I should be the supreme judge. I should be the family law judge. I should be the finance law judge for all nations because I'm proving I'm an excellent supreme judge, isn't it? The two presidents for the last two governments knows that I am the excellent supreme judge. That is enough, right? That is enough means what? That is enough for a basic minimum. That is all. Worldwide knows that I only should be the leader. I only should be the supreme judge. President Barack Obama and President Trump knows that I am the excellent supreme judge. It's saddest to know that even President Obama threw acid on me, right? Yes, there is a display that how the presidents are only puppets in the already destroyed government, right? It's the Senate who controls the government. They are all prostitutes, right? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, God is God. And that moment, on October 2018, I was able to crack down all the crime. And whatever I'm educating right now, I'm already educated. The same thing about the gift card, the same thing about the credit card, everything in detail. Now I'm running through fastest with the civil justice because I have to display all the crime and I must get the civil justice immediately. I must get the finance compensation immediately, right? $1,500,000 trillion for the absolute monarchs created damages to me. I never even asked for absolute monarchs. Crap. If my peers love the absolute monarchs crap, it is their choice, right? If my peers love Las Vegas Sin City, it is their choice. I don't have anything to do with that. But I'll say pay me $1,500,000 trillion because the government is aired out. The federal government is aired out. I'm not getting any help. Humans are foolish. And humans are only throwing acid after acid, not even aware that I am human. That is too much of torture for me. So pay me $1,500,000 trillion. It's okay if people are shouting that I am the greediest. Let me be the greediest. And even I will break down the record on that end also. It's okay. Just pay me $1,500,000 trillion. Direct deposit to my bank account. Right? This much of crime. What would you all have done? No, the robocall is not a joke. Robocall is not a joke. I already said I'm standing and talking in front of all the victims that came under that umbrella of robocall poverty. Right? It is created exclusively to create poverty only. When the hard-earned money, the sweat blood, people earn that money by sweating their blood. And if it's going to be taken out abruptly, beyond that finance loss of it, people will die. Most of the people will die out of heart attack. They'll get paralytic attack, what or not. Then what went wrong in the human process? What went wrong? Right? So Walmart threw acid on me. You all got it? Why are Walmart threw acid on me? Walmart must be in the jail only. Right? And with all this, whatever I underwent through, you all are seeing why God is God. Even through the COVID-19 scam move, it is God displaying why God is God always, isn't it? Only wisest people can understand that. Only wisest people can understand that. Why God is God, always in control, always God. Why? Right? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, this gift card sounds heavenly, right? Who only will not love to have gift cards? Everybody loves it, right? People love to have a gift card to go to the restaurant, have a nice restaurant time, right? Everybody loves gift card. I am not denying that I do not like gift card. No, I'm displaying the crime when they created the gift card line of business products. They forgot to provide healthy preventative measures. If at all, it's never a rocket science, no. With my healthy design solutions, all these tax fraud can be prevented upfront. Then phishing be gone, cyber attack be gone, data breach be. I already said once when robocall poverty mandate is fixed, all the sub errors can be fixed. That is a wise designer, and that is what I'm providing. And I already said, only wises will understand my civil law is an excellent wisdom, holy wisdom given by God alone. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, this overview session went 1 hour and 3 minutes. People might be thinking, why this lady is talking? It's just after all a gift card. No, it's not a gift card part of it. It's all about a tax fraud and sales tax and the federal tax and the state tax that goes behind that gift card line of business product. That is the crime. We have to fix that part right now. Without fixing that, USA government must not move forward. Without fixing Department of Justice, for that USA must sign me only as a Supreme Judge job of USA, period. The moment they're going to sign me the Supreme Judge job of USA, all this chaos will be gone. Trust me, all will be gone. And already people knows that my governance will always be heaven means people will only be shedding tears of joy every single second. Even in the coffin, they'll be shedding only tears of joy. For that, I must get the job. I must get this job offer signed off. I must be the Supreme Judge of USA and all nations worldwide. I can step in and start the design solutions the moment I start, because already it's there in my brain. I already finished design phase 1. Design phase 2 and design phase 3 is only there. In order to resume the design phase, I have to start the job. President Joe Biden cannot do it. He's going to create more hell for the United States of America, and we are already in 2021, and we population cannot let this broken government, the prostitutes, to destroy the USA more in pieces. We just cannot allow that to happen. No. We have to stop it, right? That is called the evolution process, evolving process. Right? The before and after process. When we population do not know what is our human rights and birth rights, and we all have been slaves, that is before process. Now I educated each and every single civilian about their birth rights, their civil rights, their human rights, their consumer rights, the consumer law. People got vigilant, isn't it? So we cannot, it's our time. Our time means it is government have fallen down in before the population. It is population time, and population gets to say what they want, and the government listens to it blindly. So President Joe Biden is a dummy piece right now, this moment. And he should end up only in jail, not even go to the Delaware home. He should end up only in jail. Already, I heard the news that his pet dogs are gone to the Delaware home because there was an incident. And that's a known thing. German Shepherds are one-man dog, one master dog. So whoever becomes that master that the German Shepherd dogs identify, it will die for that master. Meaning, even among the family members, if they want to try to hurt or, that master, the dog will go and bite. Got it? The dog will go and first thing will do what? The German Shepherd dog attribute is what? It will go and bite. And you all know, It is a huge dog breed, and the canine teeth are sharp, isn't it? So nobody will love to get bite from the German Shepherd dog at the first place, because they know if it's going to bite, people will die. And there are dog breeds that are almost one master dog. So I would say it's my personal choice, right? That's why pet animals for the family, they will, though German Shepherd dogs are good, but these characteristics is there, right? No matter what. So just because President Joe Biden is owning a German Shepherd dog, it's not his fault. It's an attribute of the German Shepherd dog. That's what they will do. I don't know who among in the family is the master for the pet animal, German Shepherd dogs, right? They will first think, go and buy. People will back off. But behind scenes, a dog is a dog, isn't it? That common sense must be there too. And then the people have to classify these pet animal comes under the family loving pet animals. You can have these. But these can also be having as a pet animals, but these have these characteristics by default. They are all one master dogs. Right? They are all one master dogs. I think even Doberman and comes under that one master dog. They're all ferocious dogs. Like, I think here they classified pit bull as a ferocious dogs, right? But how many pet animal owners have pit bulls? Even the insurance, they will back off providing insurance for those ferocious dogs. German Shepherds come under that classification because it was going to bite. Right? One master dog. But it will die for that one master. Or in general, the pet animal dogs are like that only. Right? So, that is the news, isn't it? I got it in the news only. So, after those incidents, those dogs have been sent to the Delaware. Because people will get freaked out, isn't it? And then there is always that attribute. We don't know when the dog will be dog or when it will go mad, right? Because that animal nature part of it comes in. That's the basic wisdom. How many pet animal dogs have killed their own family members, the children, right? We are listening to those news only. So that is, and how many pet animal owners, they have to do a mercy killing for their own pet animals because they became ferocious, right? Then there is the medical thing called the rabies and all the stuff. When it's a rabies, then we all have seen only these in the movies. I think there's one movie about this rabies infected dog, also a story. I don't know the name of that movie, but I've seen that movie. Oh my gosh, it's only soft heart people cannot even watch it. Because I think it is all about the pet animal only and how loving that dog will be. But then, on one point of time, I don't know how I just could not remember how it turns to be the ferocious because it gets infected with the rabies and it will start killing each and every single family members, and how they will try to escape from that ferocious pet animal dog. How that pet animal dog was once an absolute loving dog and became ferocious and rabies infected. And I think finally they will take it down like a mercy killing, right? We all are aware of it, right? Medical processing, they can themselves volunteer to kill And I think it is there in humans also. Humans can request to the doctors, doctors please kill me, and they can kill them. It's called mercy killing, right? But that is a crime. It does not even comes under the ethical standards of human process. But then the doctors provide that they have all explanations, sweetest explanations, right? They will see these people cannot get tortured. They don't want to live in this torture. So they came up to the clinic. They asked for honor killing or mercy killing. So we provided the killing. So drug killed them. Why even that kind of a drug is there in the first place is my question, right? Why even provide the torture to the population? So that means even that pushing to the edge of the person to ask the doctors to kill them in the mercy killing. Imagine the crime it's created for tax process, right? Then the doctors have to provide the status report to the Queen Elizabeth to see there are these many population who wanted to die, and instead of self-infliction that comes under the suicide category, that same umbrella only, they came to the clinic and they got mercy killing processing and they got killed. See, these are the tax revenue eating. So first for that they have to do what? They have to push those people to that edge. They want to get out of the earth more. And then they will have to send self-inflict. So suicide is a top of it, and there are different umbrellas. Different subcategories, right? So honor killing, the mercy killing comes under the classification, taxonomy, toxicality of suicide. The poison, right? It is a society, the educated population push that people to that edge to get away from the earth. And that is created for tax process, tax crime. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. Dr. Fauci, Dr. Brinks never provided how they will provide COVID-19 mask for suicide, right? They never provided the mask guidelines for how the doctors worldwide provide the mercy killing. It's all going untold, right? I know people are puking. I say just puke on the face of Pope Francis. Not even on the face of doctors, no. The doctors do their job because Pope Francis asked them to do so. Can you all get it? It is Pope Francis asked the doctors to kill the people in the mercy killing. And just because Charles Darwin said humans are animals, in the doctor's world, humans are treated only as animals. They come and say, see, we have to take this German Shepherd or the one master dog because it becomes ferocious, take down. So similarly, we have to take down these people also. So that means that is a live proof why cops are innocent, isn't it? Their brain don't even think correctly. Humans are humans, animals are animals. For them, they are saying humans are animals. No. And I'm the first human to educate. If at all you want to address a person who is insane, just address him or her as insane, prostitute, the devil, the Satan, the Antichrist. Inhumane. Do not address these filthy people as animals. Don't do that wrong thing, because animals are innocent always. Even when the dog bites, it never knows, right? When it's going to bite, it will be painful for the humans. It never knows. Innocence is there. And I educated how the abusive people can be even treated healthy way. See, the circus animals, even the tigers are getting tamed by the owners, and even how the zookeepers are working with the poisonous animals, right? The alligators, the snakes, everything. The zookeepers only must feed them. That is a live proof that all the abusive people, the humans, they are all patients only, but they can be still healed. Only if healthy environment is provided. So society has to take the responsibility for created all this garbage. The society is full of educated population, and I will quarantine the 95% of the not education one side and 5% of the educated population, and I will display to the USA government for provided all this, produced all this 5% of educated fools, pay me another $1 trillion for medical compensation. If my peers loves abusive patients, it is their choice. For me, it is creating too much of emotional torture. So give me that $1 trillion and I will use it for medical finance process, because medical costly is costlier. So I am the richest after all. Yes, my dear fellow mankind. The gift card tax fraud. Right? The gift card tax fraud. And you all know that pet animal becomes a family member. But there again, there is a scandal in that also. Some people just have pet animals for fashion show. Right? Like how people exploit the adopting children, that's an exploitation there too. That's also for tax. They can get lot of tax credits out of that. It's a scandal. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, every single process, it was injected with tax. And it's not crime, tax fraud, right? Tax fraud. So that is the news, isn't it? The pet animal, there was an incident, it bite, then they sent them to the Delaware thing. How hometown of President Joe Biden. I don't know, there were all the presidents in the lineup had the pet animals. Nobody had incidents. I know you're laughing, isn't it? Incidents means, I don't know, right? He's a lawyer. I don't know whether he will pay the medical compensation for whoever got that bite from his pet animal. He should pay. He should pay, President Joe Biden should pay at least $1 trillion, right? Can you see why they sent that pet animal to the Delaware? Because medical compensation is high. As long as everything goes well, it's okay. But when it's not going okay, when there is an emotional torture and pain and agony created for fellow mankind, then that needs to be a medical finance compensation, must be paid. Right? So, this session is all about gift card tax fraud. And for me to educate and provide that overview session, it took 1 hour and 20 minutes. But it's still okay, because it is the deadliest crime I'm talking about. It's not a joke. It's never a joke. People see gift card as just a plastic gift card, right? We all love gifts. Right? I love gifts. I don't know about my peers. I will leave that the choice, individual choice. I love gifts. But then, how we all fallen in trap. How we all fallen in trap. And how that scammer fooled me. I asked, well, can I pick up that gift card that has Visa logo in it? No. Go get the branded gift cards that does not have that Visa logo in it. So that is a crime, isn't it? So that means the Visa, MasterCard logo should have been in each and every single gift card. Then that is a healthy preventative measures. They forgot that loop. It's a loophole, right? It's a loophole. So that means the Republican government, the Republican banking sectors, the Walmart, Everybody knew about that loophole. They never fixed it. That's all. If at all they would have done this to my peers, they would not have figured it out, but they provided that crucifixion acid thrown on me, and it is God displayed everything. Today Walmart should go to the jail. Right? Today Department of Justice must go to the jail. Today Department of Revenue Services must go to the jail. Today Harvard Law School and Harvard Medical School must go to the jail. Right? Then I only can bail them out. For that I must get the job immediately. Humanity, entire human kingdom, 7.9 plus billions of humans will be protected, will be saved, will be given with the rightful medical compensation, and I can provide all the design solutions. And I can provide the task correctly. I am the true owner of... See, can you see, when all these people threw acid on me, and all along for me the more hurting is what? I'm the true owner of everything. I'm true owner of Walmart, true owner of Amazon, true owner of Microsoft, and they all threw acid on me. Right? This is how a behavioral pattern of what the foolish people will do. It's a telltale signs. They will never... Fools are always fools. That's a saying, right? Allow the fools to be fools. Just back off from the fools. Psalms 1:1 says that only. Do not sit next to the mockers, because they're all fools. They'll create more emotional breakdown for you. So just back off. That is what the verse says. Right? That is a reason for everything. Allow the fools to be fools. So, I will quickly read through the civil justice now that I've finished that overview. It took 1 hour 20 minutes, but that's how long it takes. We are being aware of it. You're aware of it, right? So let me put it that. With that said, I will read through the civil justice. Queen 1 2000. Not Queen 1. Sorry, it's a Q word, right? Quarter 1 of 2021 is January 2021, February 2021, March 2021. Deadliest crime. At fault found guilty, Republican government and Democrat of USA and Absolute-Monarchs, Antichrist, Queen Elizabeth II, and Pope Francis created gift card tax fraud crime worldwide. Antichrist, Pope Francis created gift card tax fraud is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. Antichrist, Queen Elizabeth II created gift card tax fraud crime is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. For Vethapriya PROSE proved scandal of Absolute-Monarchs and proved Pope Francis' Roman Empire King Herod as of February 2021. Any salary, as in tax-free billions of dollars, USA government can provide effective, immediate, using direct deposit to my bank account to I am that I am, Vethapriya PROSE, Native Indian tribe, Israelite tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, true owner of all nations worldwide, can help me. Scandal faces of Republica, Europe nations worldwide, Republica at fault found guilty, prostitutes of Europe, USA tax fraud, March of 2021 is proved. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence, gift card tax fraud provided, tax fraud is crime is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republic government provided, tax fraud is crime is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Democrat government provided, tax fraud is crime is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence, Queen Elizabeth II provided, tax fraud is crime is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence, Pope Francis provided, tax fraud is crime is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence, GOP Mitch McConnell provided, tax fraud is crime is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence, President Trump 2016 to 2020 and President Joe Biden 2020 to 2024 provided, tax fraud is crime is proved by Vethapriya PROSE. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence,
negligence, Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh provided tax fraud is crime is proved by I. Vethapriya, PROSE. At fault found guilty of fatal negligence, Roman Province Justice Organizations of State of Wisconsin, State of Michigan, State of Illinois, State of New York, State of New England, State of Maryland, State of Louisiana, State of Missouri, State of California, State of Oregon provided tax fraud is crime is proved by I. Vethapriya, PROSE. Note: Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis and gift card tax fraud created robocall poverty mandate, enforced poverty disabled to I. Vethapriya, PROSE on October 2018 is proved for prostitute Republican government of USA to steal the rightful Supreme Court judge job of USA on October 2018. The rightful belong to I. Vethapriya, PROSE, so civil law must be provided now without delay. I. Vethapriya, PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, owned the text for ongoing civil justice sign-off, at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government and USA Democrat government, as in Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, and gift card tax fraud created robocall poverty mandate to I. Vethapriya, PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, and Republican government GOP leader Mitch McConnell, President Trump, Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh in October 2018 enforced poverty mandate to I. Vethapriya, PROSE abruptly on October 2018, and Republican government of United States of America took away $4,500 in October 2018 abruptly and enforced finance disability debt of $10,000+ since October 2018, October 2019, October 2020, and as of January 2021, February 2021, and March 2021 to I. Vethapriya, PROSE enforced finance disabled to I. Vethapriya, PROSE abruptly. It is crime for at fault found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government and USA Democrat government, and Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, and gift card tax fraud created robocall poverty mandate is proved, and so civil justices I. Vethapriya, PROSE want Citibank CEO to pay off my debt $10,000+ and sign off tax-free $5,000, and at fault and found guilty of fatal negligence, USA Republican government and USA Democrat government, Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, and gift card tax fraud created robocall poverty mandate with fatal negligence, so must sign off tax-free $1,500 trillion to be direct deposited in my bank account for all types of damages done by selfish, cunning Islam, Judaism, absolute monarchs, types wild endangered species and health creators, and at fault and found guilty Holy Highness God of USA, Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, and Republican government of USA will provide needful help accordingly to be in the same page. And it went 1 hour and 29 minutes, and we all know, right? Because whenever I start to talk about the overview, it goes that much long. No other go. People should know what exactly is the crime that I'm talking about. It's a birthright for every civilian to know how the gift card tax fraud is created by Pope Francis, the prostitute, Queen Elizabeth II, the prostitute, the Europe nations, the prostitute, the absolute monarchs, the prostitute. We all fallen in trap in that scam. And I must get the civil justice now without any delay. Thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.